Everything discussed and or said in this video is made by ScottWest and the property of UEM Studios. Okay, so we have a character called Kalessa. Kalessa is an Arcassian. An Arcassian is a superhuman, a super kind of like alien that can live for billions of years. Their armors are basically made from godlike materials. So basically what I'm saying is their armors are literally almost fully indestructible. When they're born, they get these braces to obviously fill in their armor and stuff and things. But the thing is, they don't really need armor. But yeah, the thing is with their like people, they engrave little stories or information into their armors for like it's kind of like their badges of honor. And obviously it tells a story what their generations, what their family trees and generations have done that's won the armor and warriors. But basically it's not just armor, it is a representation of their family and what they've accomplished through the trillions of years that their family lineage has done and stuff like that, like what wars they've been a part of and a lot of other things. Kalessa is third generation of Arcassian. She basically lost her eye and she sustained burns on her face because she was going to be sacrificed to Innominus. Innominus is a god of war and fear, or a god of war and death. And Kalessa's hair is not just for decoration, it is actually a statement in her culture as well. On Arcas, Jorka, or on Jorkas, the braids in her hair are actually represent her service to the supreme ruler, and obviously they represent how many years she has been in the service of the planet and has been alive. So being wonder that there is three braids there and three braids here, she has served over 6 billion years of service. But obviously with the Arcassian's life expectancy, it can go towards up to, almost, they can almost live forever. They're not immortal, but they do age very, very, very slowly. So probably in 6 billion years of service, in human years, she's only probably 35 to 40 midlife. But as she gets older, she gets stronger and she becomes more I'd say with their old age, they become a little bit more violent and a little bit more stronger as time goes. But nevertheless, they are always loyal, or should I say, Kalessa is always loyal to the supreme rulers for letting her be on Jarcaster, even though she is a pure-blooded Jarcassian. But yeah, she basically serves the supreme leaders, or the supreme leader, and yeah. And so basically, Kalesa was assigned to Earth to protect the planet from cataclysmic events. So, such as, let's say, if the human race was going to go extinct, she would prevent that. She would prevent that from happening. Her human name, or her when she integrates into human society, Cynthia. Her human name is Cynthia, and basically they obviously um, pretend to be human and stuff, and obviously, basically what I'm saying is the Arcassians are a peaceful yet firm race, and they help other alien and planets with cataclysmic events and stuff. So they're basically there just to prevent extinction from other species. Um, they was originally going were free for like freedom kind of like fighters. The gods created them for the sole purpose of being the universe's natural protection from gods. But yeah, the Arcassians aren't gods themselves, but they are that close in power and raw power that they are very much the closest thing humans will see to gods. But yeah, Kalesa was young in on Arcas during the Purge, or should I say, before the Purge. There was an event called the Sacrifice or the Reckoning. The Reckoning was when the other Arcassians had to sacrifice two of their tribe, two of their two of their civilians or warriors, so that it would appease and feed the god, and so that they would obviously gain the god's favor and obviously win a war or bring good fortune. And yeah, Kalesa was very lucky that she left with, well, just a Scod face and losing an eye. Their healing factors are very immense, but with the Godforge, which is Jarcaster. Jarcaster is their home planet, and Jarcaster is actually a god forge, or a forge that is the size of a planet. And the gods used this eternal flame, or the god forge, to obviously make godlike weapons such as the sword of life, the sword of death, and many more. But yeah, these beings were made solely to protect other planets from extinction, and or go toe to toe with gods if they tried to disturb planet's natural resources and people and stuff. Kalesa, she is a dedicated veteran in fighting and hand-to-hand combat. When she became of age, she basically was one of the strongest in her splatoon. Her splatoon consists of three Arcassians, and they are called squads. The squads are primarily for guarding, primal primal matters and or protecting the Arcassian leaders, aka or the supreme rulers. She was anointed to be a general, and yeah, she's basically seen the second generation live and die. And her being third generation means that she is basically she's been raised up from the old world and new world of the Arcassian rule. But in the Great Purge, she started to kill and maim the others, so that she fought for the weak, and she went against her rulers' authorities, and obviously within doing so, she obviously fought back, and she got away with injuries and stuff like that. But yeah, this is Kalessa, and she is the one of the strongest female Arcassians in the Arcassian law. So yeah, I hope you like the character and stuff. And yeah.